Safe chemical use in laboratories. Chemicals can be harmful to your health if you do not handle them correctly, as they may cause scalding, acute or chronic poisoning, fires, explosions, etc. There are several routes of entry into the body. These are the following. Inhalation. It is caused by breathing the fumes or vapors of a chemical. These are some measures to reduce the exposure. Do not smell chemicals. Whenever possible, work in chemical fume hoods. Do not put your head inside the chemical fumes hood when handling chemicals. If necessary, use respiratory protective equipment appropriate for the chemical you're handling. Ingestion. It can occur by accidentally eating or drinking a chemical. In this case, measures to be taken are the following. Do not pipette. Do not store products in inappropriate containers such as water bottles. Do not ingest chemicals. Eye and skin absorption. It is caused by splashes in the eyes or on the skin. To avoid these splashes, you should do the following. For any chemical, always use at least safety gloves and glasses. The safety data sheet will indicate if you have to use other personal protective equipment. When transferring from larger to smaller containers, use funnels and do this action slowly and at a low height. Chemicals must be tightly closed. Chemical containers must be kept clean without spills, even small ones. When mixing acid and water, you must do it in this order: acid over water to avoid dangerous reactions. Do not remove acids with metal objects or hydrogen will be produced. Do not warm closed containers unless planned beforehand. Ingestion. It is caused by punctures or open wounds. Here, if you have an injury, cover it with bandages to avoid infection. If you are going to work with cutting or stabbing objects such as needles, scalpels, etc., be extremely cautious and dispose of them properly in special containers. Information on chemical hazards. To know the danger of a chemical, you have two choices. First, read the label, which is basically a summary, or read the safety data sheet of the chemical, which is the most complete. Labeling. According to law, labels must include the following: supplier data, product, composition, amount of substance included in the container. If appropriate, hazard pictograms, hazard statements called H labels, and precautionary statements called P labels. Pictograms are as follow: explosive, danger of explosion, projections, and fire. Flammable or extremely flammable. Keep the container properly sealed and store it in a safety cabinet. Oxidizing or comburant. It may cause or aggravate fires or explosions. It contains gases under pressure, danger of explosion, and may cause cryogenic burns or injuries. Kept chemicals away from direct heat sources, sparks, open flames, and hot surfaces. Corrosive. It may cause severe skin burns and eye damage. Toxic. It can be lethal or toxic. Use them in well-ventilated places and keep containers closed. Toxic, irritant, narcotic, or dangerous. Dangerous for the body, mutagenic, carcinogenic, and reprotoxic. Hazard for the environment. Toxic or extremely toxic for water organisms with long-lasting harmful effects. Avoid release to the environment. Collect waste safely and do not flush them down the drain. Labels include hazard statements called H labels, such as H311, toxic in contact with the skin. There are also caution instructions called P labels, such as P233, keep container tightly closed. Safety data sheet. Another way to know the danger of a chemical is to read the safety data sheet. It is essential that each consumer knows exactly the hazards of a chemical and how to use it. Safety data sheet provides us with this information. Hazard identification, handling and storage, exposure controls, and individual protection are extremely important. Safety is everyone's business.